breaking my heart. Ouch, I'm falling apart. Ouch, 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 ouch. When we first met, I must admit, I fell for you right from the start. Now when we meet, all kinds of things, it seems upset the apple cart. Ouch, don't desert me. Ouch, please don't hurt me. Ouch, 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 ouch. What is this thing called love? Why do they say it makes the world go round? I can't explain the way I feel for you. My feet don't touch the ground. Ouch, don't desert me. Ouch, please don't hurt me. Ouch, 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 ouch. When we first met, I must admit, I fell for you right from the start. Now when we meet, all kinds of things, it seems upset the apple cart. Ouch, don't desert me. Ouch, please don't hurt me. Ouch, ow, ow, ouch. Ouch, don't desert me. Ouch, please don't hurt me. Ouch, ow, ow, ouch.
I'm photographing.
What are you photographing?
Anything I can see.
Anything you can see, what like?
Like anything I can see.
Shouldn't really be filming.
Why is it unlawful?
Well, we have to be careful who's filming what.
Is it unlawful?
It's not unlawful,
Okay.
but you know.
Hello.
Hi there, you okay?
Good, thank you. Is there a particular reason why you're filming the front of the police station,
Yeah,
sir?
there's a reason for everything that we do, isn't there?
Okay,
Do you want to explain as to why you're doing that?
No, I don't want to actually.
okay. You're not obliged to. Obviously, you'll appreciate that in these
This day and
in
age.
2019, there are people that would want to cause the police harm in both this country and especially in Northern Ireland and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you understand why it is that we're speaking to you, don't you, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on staying long to film the front of the gates?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Do you have an issue that you want to report to us?
No, not at all.
No? Okay. Right. I assume you're filming myself now.
I am. I assume you're filming.
As
me.
I am doing
Okay, good.
yourself, alright.
Can you make sure you don't delete that, please?
It won't be deleted, no, I can, well, it will be kept on record it will be kept archived for a certain amount of time, and then it gets automatically deleted from the system unless it applies to a certain group, if it's required for evidence or anything like that. So it won't be kept indefinitely unless I feel it's necessary to do so. Is there a reason why you won't explain to us why you're filming?
Well,
the front of
I
the
don't
police
have
station?
to. I don't.
I
feel
realise
like...
that you don't have to, but
Yeah.
is there a reason? Do you just have a dislike of the police, or are you just being
No,
awkward?
not at all. No.
Because normal rational people, don't get me wrong, normal rational people usually got an explanation for doing things like this.
Okay. When you've just said I've been awkward, is that because I'm just invoking my right to not explain what I'm doing? I mean, because it's a little bit odd, that, isn't it?
Well, it's not normal behaviour, if you forgive me for having that opinion, for people to film the front of police stations.
Okay.
And then when a polite request is made as to why that is, because there might be a perfectly reasonable explanation, it's not normal for people to be so defensive.
You're causing the infrequency of photographers
Right.
by coming man-handed to somebody who's just taking pictures.
Coming
Mob-handed.
mob-handed.
Yeah.
Right, there's two of us in one car,
Yeah, there's two of
and
us
there's two of us in one van.
Okay.
We're all leaving the police
And
station
we're
at the same
outside
time, and
a police station.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
not uncommon to see police officers coming out to a police station. And as I say, I explained my reason for coming to speak to you, why I've taken a particular interest.
Okay.
Because
you think I may be a
yeah, because I want
terrorist.
to- Well, I don't know. Do
Okay.
I? Terrorists coming over.
No, but we go on what we do know, don't we? We don't go on what we don't know.
well, we
Just,
try,
in
yeah.
front of the neck,
Yeah.
come back to
As much as possible, but I
Just
won't
get them back
know.
up.
I won't know until I come and speak to you, and that's why we're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd agree that it would be completely amiss of me if I was just to drive on and ignore you.
No,
As
not at
you're
all, because you get
suggesting
quite a
that
lot of police
we
forces
might
that do now.
Well,
So
I
that
certainly
disparity is a little bit anomalistic, isn't it? I mean, why is that?
I can't speak for
'Cause-
other police forces or other police stations.
No, all of the police officers, you know, it's
Yeah,
like my colleague said, you know, he has a particular role at Wigan Police Station.
yeah.
I would always be concerned, it might be innocent, but I would always be concerned if I saw somebody filming from the police station for reasons that my colleagues already explained.
Yeah.
Obviously we've got a genuine terrorism threat and a genuine terrorism threat towards police officers and police stations.
Oh,
And that's why we're speaking to you, sir, no other reason.
I understand. More civilians are killed than police officers.
Pardon me?
More civilians are killed than police officers, aren't they, in terrorist attacks?
Yeah, but
In fact, you're more of a danger to me than the terrorist is. You kill more civilians than the terrorists do in this country,
I mean,
don't you?
that's your opinion and your entitlement.
No. That's a stat.
Right, okay.
Well, we're not going to enter into a debate about
No.
Okay.
the number of people killed by police officers across
That's
the
okay.
world. We are not here for that. We're just here to see if you to find out what it is you're doing. I'm quite happy to see that you're obviously not doing anything particularly wrong at the moment, but you've obviously filmed in the front of the police station. I assume you've just got equipment in your rucksack. Would you mind showing me what's inside your rucksack?
I would mind. Yeah.
Okay. And if I was to explain to you that I might feel that you're here as an act of hostile reconnaissance and tell you that I would search inside your rucksack under the Terrorism Act, would you get upset about that?
Well, I just asked you to explain how you have got from suspicion to reasonable suspicion to the fact that it might be a terrorist. I'd like you to outline all that.
I don't know at the moment.
What are we talking in? Section 43? Are you?
Section 43 is a power under the Terrorism Act,
All right.
to search persons, yeah.
Okay, well, if you think you've attained the level that Section 43 requires, then go for it, because I won't offer you any resistance, but I'll be looking forward to a nice payout from you.
You're obviously quite averse to this scenario. I suspect that you've probably done this elsewhere, haven't you?
Well, I know the type of things that police try to say in these situations. They try to throw Section 44 at you that doesn't exist anymore, so I think that they're not okay with it. If you're anti-terror police, then you know all about it.
I'm not counter-terrorism police officer now.
Okay.
I'm the single point of contact for the Wigan division.
Okay.
So I take an interest in these things, and I act as a go-between our prevent officer.
So let's go back to
DC
Section
Web.
43 then, that you're going to search my bag
Well,
for.
I'm not saying I have gone to
Okay.
it, but I'm considering it. At the
Right.
moment. For all I know, it could be a plan from GMP to make sure that we're actually stopping and speaking to
Yeah.
people outside filming in front of a police station.
Or it could be a plant from ACPO that sent out
You could be.
a reminder to you
From anywhere.
to say, don't bother photographers, because photography on its own is not suspicious activity.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But we've got to take the whole circumstances of, haven't we, the whole situation. It's not just photography, it's the fact that it's photography in front of the police station. And we've got to make a decision, which we make as a police officer individually, as to why that is happening.
Yeah.
Based on the information that we're providing and the conversations that we had with yourself,
Yeah.
we've then got to make a decision based on, are we happy with the explanation that we're being given, and are we satisfied that this is not potentially any form of hostile reconnaissance? And
So
that's
how
what
would you
we've got to
separate it from passive reconnaissance then? Because I'm allowed to do reconnaissance here, you know that, don't you?
Well, I mean, the issue that we've got is that we've got
You
to
know that,
satisfy
you know
we've
I'm
got-
allowed to do reconnaissance here,
right,
don't you?
We've got to satisfy ourselves that
Okay.
we don't think this is hostile reconnaissance.
Right. But you know I'm allowed to do reconnaissance here, don't you?
There's nothing. You're in a public place.
Yeah,
There's nothing
nothing's
preventing you from filming.
So
in
I don't think you're going to be searching my bag. I think
I don't
we're
think
all
so.
going to move on now,
I
aren't
don't
we?
think so, because in my judgment, you're possibly. I mean, we've got the Wigan diggers in town, and I'm happy to leave him here.
But you can totally.
I think he understands.
You can totally
He
understand kind of why we would
because I
talk to you
think-
though, can't
because
we?
I think
You know,
it's a.
No, I can't.
It's
Right,
probably a
okay.
regular occurrence.
Okay. Well, I mean, ultimately, you know, that's why we're speaking to you. Because
Yeah.
We've got to be concerned about the safety of ourselves. We're not going to stop people who are walking past. It's a public place.
Okay.
And as we've already explained to you, yeah, you can film in a public place. There's no issue with that.
Yeah. What I'm suggesting
we're
is,
going to speak to you
Right.
because you stood in front of the police station filming it. So we're just going to ask you, are you all right? Is there anything we can help
Yeah.
you with? And you know, what is the purpose of your visit? Because we've just got to satisfy ourselves that it is nothing that's going to potentially be hostile reconnaissance. Well, as my colleague said, we've spoke to you. We're satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Okay. But surely, common sense, you've got to understand our concern when someone stood filming the front of the police station, given the terrorism risk to the
No.
police at the moment. I or my colleagues can't account for whatever's gone on before. Someone else might have stood it and might have been doing that, okay? Somebody else might have gone past with a camera that we couldn't see. We're not going to know about it, are we? But if somebody's quite blatantly stood there with a camera, which within your rights to do, we're going to speak to somebody who's doing that due to the terrorism threat that we've got at the moment towards police officers and the police. We're going to do it. Whether you agree with it or
And the
not, we're
public.
going to do it, okay? If someone's watching us or filming us with a covert camera, we don't know about it, we can't
Yeah.
speak to them. But if we get a reporting to say that there's somebody outside the police station with a covert camera, we will come and look for them and we will speak to anybody who matches that description like we are doing now. Okay. Happy?
Yeah, I don't think he's got any harmful intention.
I think it's time to go and solve some crime, guys.
We were on our way
And
out.
girls.
Yeah,
We were.
We stopped.
Yeah.
I think the only thing we disagree on is the fact that, you know,
It's like a dog with a bone, isn't he?
but you know, we're happy, so we'll leave you be with it.
Okay.
You can obviously understand where our concerns come from, though, can't you?
Oh, you start. Just stand off him.
Well, you can, can't you?
No, I can't. No,
You
I
can't.
think it's
really,
paranoia.
on high risk, you're actually
Yeah.
at a high risk terrorist target. And we're at
You're not.
severe
You're not
risk
though,
of
are you?
terrorism.
You know. I mean, I'm from Warrington.
Yeah,
You know, that was hit. I've never known a police.
Yeah.
Has this police station ever been hit?
yeah. You're also at a place where obviously everyone's been involved with the London bombing, where the actual serious inquiries were taking place into the bombing in the
Yeah.
Manchester Arena, aren't you?
Yeah,
So you
but
can
that
understand
wasn't a
why
police
we're there.
station either,
And
was
also
it?
we're coming up to the party conference as well, where we've got to have a raised threat,
Yeah.
especially with what's going on at the moment.
Okay, we can disagree.
So for you to just blatantly disregard our concerns is unacceptable.
Well, your
We're here
concerns don't
talking-
trump my rights, though, do they?
We're here to talk to you, and we will exercise our rights to make sure that nothing's
Yeah,
going on.
but your concerns
That's the
don't
end
trump
of
my
the
rights,
matter.
isn't it?
So your
I can
attitude
photograph.
about casually disregarding our concern, I find unacceptable and offensive.
I don't care.
Yeah, well neither do
I don't care what you
Well,
think.
that's not the point, is it? The issue is that I'm just relaying those concerns to you, and so you're fully
I know that you
understand
have
where
them.
we're coming from.
I know that you have them, but I think
My
you're
officers
paranoid.
have dealt with it.
I think
and
you're
they're
paranoid.
happy, and I'll go with their judgment, especially by these experienced officers.
I
as
think
well.
it's an irrational feeling that you have.
Well, that's
and I
your
think you may
opinion.
be in the wrong job.
That's
if-
your opinion.
You may be in the wrong job if you're just
I've got
frightened of a guy with a
20
camera.
I've got 20 years of being
Well,
in the right
time to
job,
go then.
and an awful lot of people that think I'm in the right job. I don't think.
Go on then, name
I
them.
don't think two police officers two female police officers stabbed in the back in Belgium.
Oh, listen, we can reel them off. Do you know what's the
so
difference
it's
between
not
a police
irrational,
officer
is it?
getting killed and a cow? Is that you can only milk a cow for about 4 years.
I think we'll leave that one.
Yeah.
There. Right, we'll leave that one there. We're going away from you now.
See
because
ya.
If you continue with your behaviour, I'll lock you up from the public order.
Really?
Because I find what you're
Well, that'd be a nice test case.
grossly offensive.
Go for it.
Grossly offensive.
Go for it.
I think that absolutely disgusting.
You're milking it.
Absolutely disgusting.
See ya.